Hey, how are you, Anna? So let's just open up these friend gifts and then we can start catching the Pokemon. Make the most of this luck egg while we've got it on. And then we just get the microphone sorted. And then we should be good to go. Hopefully you can hear me a little bit better now. Microphone actually attached to me. One more best friend, this one. And then we could start walking around. So as you can see, snow is very well and truly on the ground. It's still actually snowing. Don't know if you can see through that, through the light there, but it is snowing quite a bit. We are due a few more hours of snow, and then hopefully it's going to just be very, very cold going into the night. So hopefully this snow won't stick to the roads and won't make travelling very difficult in the morning. So the Fidough Fetch event is obviously dog theme related. You can see all these dogs here, Poochyena being one of them. Excellent throw there. And then Growlithe as well. Now we have got both forms of Growlithe. We started the event with only the normal Kanto version. We then released the Hisuian Growlithe as part of one of the unlock challenges. I think it was on stage 2 of the unlock, where we managed to get a Hisuian Growlithe and Graveyard added to the wild spawns. Now these Nanab berries do come in useful when it comes down to this event. We have just stopping those Pokemon from moving, making it easier to hit those excellent throws. Now, just to give you an example, of course, 4 times Catch XP, 4 times Catch Stardust as well. That's why we've put both a Luck Egg and a Starpies on. We have took a screenshot as well before we went live, but 9,360 XP from a single excellent throw. Really, really good going. So that is why we're going to be taking our time and catching these. Trying to get as many excellent throws as possible. And of course, pavements are very, very white over and slippy where I am, so we will be taking time for that reason as well. So the 2 shiny Pokemon that are shiny boosted because of the Fidough Fetch event, we have Voltorb, the normal Kanto version of Voltorb. The Hisuian version isn't appearing in the wild at the moment, but it will be doing during Spotlight Hour. And then we also have Electrike as well. So Electrike's quite a nice one because it does have that Mega Evolution. Mega Mayonetric got added into the game many, many years ago now. And it is a very, very good electric type to have, as are most of the Megas. They are quite high up on the counter list. Getting some Voltorb practice in there for the Spotlight Hour. So snow is falling on the screen, so I will have to wipe the screen on probably more than one occasion while we're during this live stream. But you can see here, we did take a screenshot just before, and we started on 552 million, just over 552 million. So it will be interesting to see what we finish up on after we've had a little bit of a walk around with this Luck Egg on. Hey Eternal, how are you? Hopefully you're a lot warmer than I am. It's currently white over and snowing, so I'm going to have to wipe the screen. Now the main thing with this event I've found is that living in a bit of a rural area where I am, I'm quite lucky that I've managed to add quite a few Pokestops in now, but still, when trying to make the most of this 4 times Catch XP and 4 times Catch Stardust, I've been catching everything I see. So I've been running out of these Pokeballs quite a lot of the time. So in fact, the rest of today, I've actually just been to and from work, driving around, with the Pokemon Go Plus on, just spinning stops and not catching anything, so that we had some Pokeballs for this live stream, and therefore we can make the most of that lucky egg. Yeah, it is very, very cold today. And of course, the snow doesn't help because it's virtually like rain. It just gets on your phone screen, it sticks, and then it makes it very, very difficult to try and throw these Pokeballs. But most of these Pokemon that are about at the moment, we can sort of hit excellent throws on if we take a time, which when there's 9,000 XP on offer with a lucky egg, we'll definitely be trying to get as many excellent throws as possible. Like I say, Graveyard got added to the wild spawns. Now, I believe the Voltorb will still have its shiny boosted during the Spotlight Hour. It is boosted this event to around about 1 in 64, 1 in 128 odds for Voltorb and Electrike. But it should still remain boosted during the Spotlight Hour. Hisuian Voltorb has a shiny boost anyway. It already is 1 in 64 odds, the same as a Hisuian Growlithe, in fact. So most Pokemon like that, which have a different form, do get very shiny boosted. For instance, Ponyta as well, Galarian form Ponyta has a 1 in 64, whereas Kanto form has full odds 1 in 512. So it seems to be a common theme that the other forms of these Pokemon tend to have higher shiny odds. I can only hope we do that with the likes of different ones that are coming up in future games and stuff like that. I hope we carry that on. Of course, most of these different forms do tend to start out in eggs. That's probably why they are shiny boosted when we come into the wild. It's because they used to have that shiny boost when we were in eggs. So follow a route. That is a quest that we definitely want in. Walking into trees now on the live stream, that's funny. So follow a route is a guaranteed Fidough. It's probably one of the only tasks that do guarantee Fidough. I did get another Fidough off a different task. It wasn't follow a route, it was something else. Can't remember what it was, but we'll see if we can find another one. Messed up there on the Lilliput throat. Luckily for us, it didn't catch. Oh, that was terrible. What a terrible throw. Hopefully we can get better as the night goes on. So Aurora time is obviously on. We might as well put our daily adventure incense on and make that last for the whole amount of time as well. Additional spawns, additional chance to get excellent throws, additional chance for 9,000 XP per throw. And then, of course, the Galarian bird opportunity. I've still not seen many Galarian birds since the shinies have been released. Did have one the other day. It was a Moltres, but it wasn't shiny, unfortunately. And of course, it didn't decide to join my Pokemon collection. It decided to run off. There's a Fidough task, and that definitely wasn't a follow a route one. So I don't know what task that was. Did anyone remember that task? Must have been something to do with an excellent throw or a great throw potentially, because that's all we've been doing is throws, so it must be something along those lines. So Fidough isn't a particularly good Pokemon. I don't think it's any use for anything in terms of PvP or PvE. But I think it's just because it's a new Pokemon. Of course, it's one of those Pokemon that I think some people have been looking forward to its release for a while. If you've played the later generations of the games on the Switch, then people know it from that as, you know, the go-to cute dog Pokemon. Most regions, or most... Just wait as that tractor goes past. Most different regions obviously have a different dog Pokemon, which people tend to find really cute. It's just that Fidough is that region's dog Pokemon. And it's just seems to be the go-to cute Pokemon of that region. But other than that, it's not really any use in sort of PvP or PvE. But obviously Niantic will just play on the fact that it is a fan favourite. I fully expect when its shiny is released, it will probably be one that we put on raids. With it being a fan favourite, people will probably raid for it. And that way we get the more money for it. Of course, they have made it accessible, which was quite a surprise. People expected this event that they were going to lock Fidough behind task only, but we have made it available in the wild, which took a few people by surprise, really, me included. But yeah, it's not a brilliant Pokemon in terms of usefulness. Thanks very much for a trainer code. If you want to add me, because I can't obviously see your code at the moment down at the bottom of the screen, but if you take a screenshot of that and add me, I will accept anybody who adds me during the stream. And then we can start leveling up. But yeah, make sure to add me if you want. Snowy weather here in the UK. As you can see, snow currently coming down. Snow all around me on the ground. Somebody invited me to a raid. What is it? Hang on, there's a drug dig on. That's a nice incense spawn. Palkia raid. Unfortunately, I don't really want to spend remote raid invites on a Palkia. I'm a little bit tight with my remote raid invites. I will help people out who need it, but other than that, they are a really expensive raid pass to buy. So I'll try and restrict myself from buying them too much. I'll buy them during certain events, but you can soon go through your poker coins. What level I'm at? You can see there in the bottom left hand corner, I'm level 50 there. The max level you can be. So yeah, I became level 50 probably about 18, 2 years ago, something like that. 18 months, 2 years ago, something like that. In fact, I can tell you, because level 50, I caught this Gengar, and I caught it on a long time ago. 20th of October 2021, that was the day I became level 50. I always keep those sort of Pokemon, the memento ones. Cheers for the friend request. I'll get you added in just a second. I'll add you now. So yeah, anybody else who wants to be added to the friends list, trainer code there, take a screenshot of it, copy and paste that into your trainer code box and send me a request, and I will be sure to accept you. There you go, have a gift. So like I mentioned before, we did take a screenshot right at the start of the stream just to see how much XP we earn during this stream. So we're going to be live for probably about another hour and a half, probably up just past 7 o'clock time. We have got about an hour and 45 minutes left on the Aurora time, should I say? Oh, near said Spatial Rend. But yeah, Aurora time, I've got another hour and 45 minutes, so we'll probably be live until then, around about 7:15. Now, of course, if you're new to the channel as well, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's really, really good, YouTube is, when you start doing content and stuff like that. It's because it gives you like weekly stats and stuff like that. And when the weekly stat came through this week, and it told me how I've performed throughout the whole of December, it was good viewing, but it also said that about 83% of the people who watch my videos haven't yet subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button if you are watching. Let's get that number down a bit. Let's get more people subscribing. Fidough there off the incense, but it's just despawned. It's a good job it wasn't a Galarian bird. Now I'll just let that excellent throw go through. And as you can see, 9,360 XP. It'll be interesting to do that with a Kanto Meowth, because Kanto Meowth has actually been giving over 2,000 Stardust. Kanto Meowth, it's 500 for a normal, and then obviously the 4 times Catch Stardust. So now we've got that star piece on, it'll be interesting to see how much we get off that. Should be around a 3,000 mark, which will be insane. It's a shame it isn't Meowth spotlight out. The Dene looks weird now. Looks very weird without its Christmas costume. I always think that with costume Pokemon, it's really, really nice seeing them with a costume, but as soon as the event finishes and the costume gets taken off them, it just looks so weird. I don't know if people have noticed, but if you load up the game, shiny Weedle. Wasn't expecting that tonight, but fair enough, shiny Weedle. There we go, first shiny of the night. If you want to, we can nickname this shiny Weedle. Let me know what you think this shiny Weedle should be called in the comments down below. The most funniest nickname gets it. Let's see if we can catch it anyway. 269 CP Weedle. It seems quite high for a Weedle, that does. There we go. Excellent throw that time. Silly Willy. I don't know if it will allow me to put that, but we'll go for it. Let's see. 269 CP Weedle. 0 star. Let's see if it takes it. Silly Willy. He's took it. There we go. Silly Willy. Brilliant. I love the people who think up of this really quickly. So yeah, that's the first shiny of tonight. Hopefully there's more to come. Squirrel Bunny off a daily. So like I mentioned before, it is snowing. I don't know if you can see actually from that light. Hopefully you can see that. Snowing quite a bit. And the pavements are covered with snow. The road is slowly getting that way as well. So it's not going to be brilliant driving around here. But it also means that the screen keeps getting wet with snowflakes dropping on it. So I do apologise when I have to wipe the screen. Come on, milk tank, stay in the ball. Perhaps help if I hit you first. Thanks so much for a friend request. I will accept you and also send you a gift. There you go, you can have a mile marker. Puchena, excellent throw on that time. Now I think we've got enough max particles where we could do another Dynamax today for free. Obviously Max Monday was yesterday. If you've already watched a YouTube video on my channel, then you'll see how we managed to get on with that. Yesterday actually was quite a decent one. It featured Machop. So Machop's a Dynamax of very much, that is quite an interesting one because it's one of the best Dynamax fighting types you'll ever be able to get when you full evolve it into Machamp. But one thing to always remember with these Dynamaxes is that some of them can Gigantamax as well. So we do have a Gigantamax Machamp. It's not yet released on the game, but the power difference, the damage difference between Gigantamax and Dynamax is very much substantial. So it is very much worth just having that in your mind when you are spending all these particle packs on these Dynamaxes. Some of them obviously don't. So the likes of Excadrill, so Drillbur, and also Metagross, obviously Beldum. Them two don't have any Gigantamax forms, so it's always best to just see which ones do. There's probably around about 30 Pokemon which can Gigantamax as well as Dynamax, so just refresh yourself on them before you go ahead and spend loads of particle packs on different Dynamax ones, because it's obviously a lot better to get a decent Gigantamax than it is a decent Dynamax. And if you did see the video last night, we were actually using a Dynamax Gengar to take down the Dynamax Machop, and then we also used the Gigantamax Gengar to take down the Dynamax Machop, and you could see the power difference between the two of them, so that was actually quite interesting to see as well. So that just gives you some sort of indication on how much difference it is. I always got told, and I think it's correct, that obviously you can power up the moves, the max move of the Dynamax. If you had Dynamax max move to level 3, so that is all the way, it's the equivalent as having a Gigantamax max move at level 1. So straight away a Gigantamax is better than a Dynamax that you've maxed up. Now Gigantamax can obviously go back up to level 3, so it's got another 2 levels of attack bonus, and it can have above. Yeah, exactly, with Machamp. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, it's got another 2 levels of damage output, but it can go above the Dynamax stage. So definitely worth trying to get those Gigantamax more so than the Dynamax. But like I say, not everything Gigantamaxes. So make sure to read up on that list when we do come out, the different Dynamax ones. I did actually do a Dynamax Machop, and it was a 98, so very, very good Machop. It's a shame it was 98, but the Hundo was 730, and when I'd seen it go to 726, I realised it might be a very good one. And in fact, it's the best one that we've got. So 98 Dynamax Machop. We'll definitely be powering that one up if it becomes useful against the next Gigantamax which is released. Now, of course, we've got loads of events coming up in January on Pokémon GO. We've obviously had the Sprigatito Community Day this last weekend, and then we've also had the Fidough Fetch event currently ongoing, but finishes tonight/tomorrow morning. And then in this next weekend, this Saturday in fact, we've got Mega Gallade Raid Day. So that's 2 PM till 5 PM local time. Mega Gallade will make its Pokemon GO debut for the first time. And it will be 1 in 10 shiny odds for Mega Gallade, so that's going to be really good. And of course, with raid days, them are the days where you get 5 additional free raid passes. Of course, we can currently get 2 so far every day anyway, so hopefully that means you'll be able to get 7. But you might only be able to do 6 if you save your raid pass from before. But we'll have to wait and see how that works. But additional free raid passes, and then also if you buy the ticket, there will be a ticket available in the shop, around about £4.99 or your local currency, and that will allow you to do 8 additional raid passes, and then it will also give you XP bonuses, and I think some Stardust bonus as well. You have to read up on the graphic, but that's a normal gist between raid days, is that we normally get that sort of ticket available to us. So keep an eye out for that ticket. I normally buy that ticket on the raid days in the shop, mainly because we're being a community ambassador to my local group. I host all the events, so I'm doing them anyway, so I might as well get the most for my money and buy that ticket. It's a lot more fun walking the other way than it is this way. The snow is directly going in my face. But still, we're managing to hit these excellent throws okay. I'm happy with that. And then obviously, events-wise, Mega Glade Raid Day this Saturday. And then a week after that, I believe on the Sunday the 19th, I could be. I'll have to get my dates right. But the weekend after that anyway, Mega Glade this week. Weekend after, we have the Shadow Ho-Oh Raid Day. So that is again 2 till 5, and Shadow Ho-Oh will be available during a raid day. And I think it is just going to be a raid day. It's not going to be like the raid weekends that we've had in the past for Mewtwo and stuff. It is just going to be a raid day. So again, 2 PM till 5 PM. So again, I would suspect there's going to be a ticket available in the shop, and so on and so forth. And they've also teased about, obviously, Fashion Week as well. That is next week. That's costume Cinchino will be available on raids, and I think only in raids. I don't think you'll be able to get it any other way, unfortunately, but it is shiny boosted. It's probably going to be 1 in 64 off raids. And then also during that event, it's a 10-day event, that Fashion Week is, and halfway through it we get the Fashion Week Taken Over event. So that is a rocket event, lasts for the second half of that week, sort of in line with that event. So the Fashion Week will still be ongoing, but we'll also get that rocket event towards the end in addition to it. And that also probably means a team, the rocket team leaders, they'll probably switch their Pokemon as well. So what do you think the next rocket Pokemon are going to be? Of course, we've got Glaring Zigzagoon at the moment. Cliff's got Glaring Zigzagoon. Ralts is with Sierra, I want to say. And then Arlo's got Beldum. So what do you think the next Shadow Pokemon the leader is going to have next? Let me know in the comments down below. I would really like Shadow Cranidos as one of the leaders. That would be an absolutely amazing Pokemon to get. And of course, Shadow Ghastly. And if both of those come out at the same time, I'm going to be broke, because I might be putting a lot of money and a lot of coins onto buying radars. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Now, talking of Ghastly, there's actually one here in the form of a Dynamax. So we might do that Dynamax Ghastly while we're here. Yeah, I'll jump in on that Dynamax Ghastly and we'll get that done. Like I mentioned before, I'm hoping to be on the stream till around about 7:15, so another hour and a half, but we'll have to see how the weather holds up. It's very, very cold. If I start getting blue fingers, I might have to end the stream a little bit earlier. Gengar is an awesome looking Pokemon. I'm always going to favourite Gengar, but still, it's a very, very good Pokemon. Gigantamax Gengar looks amazing as well. What other Pokemon look really, really good when they Gigantamax? Some look a bit silly. Meowth comes to mind. When it Gigantamaxes, it just seems to be stretched. Pikachu, when it Gigantamaxes, just seems to get bigger. What other Pokemon look really, really good when we Gigantamax? 677 Ghastly, that's nowhere near a hundo. 702 is a hundo from a Dynamax. So unfortunately not a hundo. But still, 3-star. And of course we managed to get 10,000 XP, 5,000 plus a lucky egg, which doubles it. Heatmore does not want to play games. There we go. Stone Journey to the right. Of course, the UK exclusive Pokemon based on the Stonehenge. Quite a high CP as well, 24-24 on that CP. Now we'll keep spinning these gyms and these stops to just keep our Pokeball situation in good order. That was a terrible throw. Managed to get a fear off the Incenser. Nimble, the Pokemon which probably everybody knows now as a shiny we accidentally released and then turned off again. It was only a very short period of time that we did that for. It sort of had memories of when we released the black and white Kyurem, when you could obtain them in PvP encounters. Of course, when you get to a certain level on the PvP, you get an encounter with the legendary, and there was a particular season where they made it so it could be white and black Kyurem, and it was obviously accidental. I think people who obtained them actually ended up getting them taken off them. And so with the shiny Nimble, I believe that was retracted from anybody's account that managed to get it. I don't believe anybody still managed to keep hold of their shiny Nimble. But it does go a very, very nice yellow colour, shiny Nimble. We've never released it since. Now there was a Pokemon many years ago, some OG players might remember back in the day. They did release shiny Zubat as an early shiny release, completely by accident. A few players around the world managed to get hold of it. Oh no, actually I believe it was Abra, not Zubat, sorry, Abra. It was shiny Abra. Shiny Abra got released. Shiny Growlithe, second shiny of the night. Obviously Hisuian, so it is boosted, 1 in 64 odds. But yeah, shiny Abra got released many years ago by accident. And a few players, they didn't actually track that one. Players managed to keep hold of it. And it became one of the most rarest shinies of a game, and people were trying to trade loads of different stuff for it. And then, of course, about a year later, they made it one of the most popular shinies in the game by giving it a community day. So normally Niantic's way around these things by accidentally releasing them early is to get a community day. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do end up with a Nimble community day at some point because of its accidental release. Terrible throw on that Poliwag. Fidough just jumping at the wrong time there. Another shiny Growlithe. 3 shinies during the live stream so far. 2 Growlithe and a Weedle. Not exactly the shiny boosted Pokemon of Electrike and Voltorb, which are featured during this event, but still very nice shinies. The road is starting to get quite covered in snow now. Tiny Electrike, that would have been a very nice shiny to obtain. Do like a tiny or large shiny. Just makes it a little bit more rarer. Now, the good thing with the global challenges, which were during the Fidough Fetch event, the good thing with them being completed is that your progress of how many nice throws you've done since they've been completed remains there. So you can see here, I've done 1,019. So hopefully we can start catching that person up who's at the top of my friends list during the stream. Now, of course, it is just nice throws, so anything nice, great or excellent does count to that total. Unfortunately, you don't get 3 if you do an excellent and 2 for a great and 1 for a nice. That would be very, very cool if you did. But unfortunately, it is just 1. That definitely wouldn't get us added on that total. That was a terrible throw. I don't think if it wasn't 4 times XP and 4 times Catch Stardust, I don't think I'd be going live or in fact playing at all during this weather. It is absolutely horrible. But these bonuses don't come around very often, and we have to make the most of them. Especially if we want to meet our 2025 targets, of which we've not yet fully set. I've got a few things in mind of which I want to set, and there'll probably be a video going up at this weekend on my channel where we'll set the 2025 targets, what we want to achieve in Pokemon GO throughout the year. So definitely keep an eye out for that, and you'll be able to see what I'm aiming towards by the end of this year. But XP will definitely be one of those goals, so it's just how much XP we actually try and target. That will be the question. We are making loads of excellent throws tonight, which is good. Even with very cold fingers. That's a terrible throw. We'll reach out that one. Again, Lillipup heading it back. Excellent throw on a Grookey. That was quite a tiny circle as well. Quite pleased with that. But he didn't stay in the ball. Typical. Thanks for that Grookey. See if we can do it again. Terrible throw that time. Nope. Should have stayed in the first time, Grookey. Just cost me 9,000 XP there. Shiny Hisuian Growlithe. Can we go for a third one? We can! 3 shiny Hisuian Growlithes, and I don't think we've caught many normal ones in between those 3. So Hisuian Growlithe is very much liking us tonight. Is this one any good? Yeah, it's not too bad. 1 star. Probably close to a rounds of a 2 star, but still. Excellent from a Fidough. Excellent from that Fidough. There's a normal Hisuian Growlithe, just in case we forgot how the normal one looked. If anybody wants to nickname any of the Hisuian Growlithe we've caught, then give me a funny nickname for Hisuian Growlithe. It's almost like a tiger-looking dog, isn't it? So I don't know what you could nickname that. If anybody comes up with anything in mind, then let me know. Trying to do an excellent throw on a bond sweep seems to be a challenge. Why is that not hitting it? There we go. Couldn't quite get it up. So 2 more Pokestops, Weedle there. Should be an okay excellent throw. You've only got to do a little bit of a throw on Weedle to get an excellent throw. Fidough again. Terrible throw that time around. Now we are getting covered in snow. That is actually one of the main roads, the A road. And when that starts getting covered, you know that it's going to be a bad evening. It is really, really cute Fidough. I do quite like it as a Pokemon. Obviously, Shiny's not been released during this event, but Fidough itself is making its debut. I haven't yet seen what its shiny looks like. I don't know whether it changes much. Let me know in the comments below what sort of colour it goes, if you've seen it. Another normal Hisuian Growlithe, that's odd. So of course, Spotlight hour's at 6, so it will change all the spawns in just a moment. And we'll probably get bombarded with just Voltorb off a daily instance as well. But where is a Voltorb? And there is the 6 o'clock, so now we can see we have both versions of Voltorb, both Hisuian and normal. And both of them should have a boosted odds. The normal because of the Fidough Fetch event, and the Hisuian because the Hisuian Voltorb normally has 1 in 64 odds anyway. Just like the Hisuian Growlithe. Now I do quite like the Hisuian Voltorb. It sort of has a bit of a wood effect sort of look to it when it evolves. So I do quite like it. In fact, I think they've done quite a decent job with all the Hisuian variants of the Kanto Pokemon we did, with Growlithe included. Voltorb just does not want to stay still for me here. Let's see if that Nana Berry just calms it down. There we go, great berry, great throw that time. Sorry, excellent throw. Shiny Sneasel off a daily. We are popping off these shinies so far this stream. This is the 5th shiny. 5th shiny on the stream. So again, if you can think of a nickname for us, it does look a really nice shiny Sneasel. I know it's boosted, I know a lot of people have got a lot of them, but still, it looks a very, very nice shiny. So again, if you come up with a nickname for it, we will change its name. I'm guessing it's based on a weasel, with it being called Sneasel. Well, I'm not totally sure on that. Twinkle Toes. Yeah, we'll go for that. Let's see if we can catch it. It is not wanting to stay in the ball. Oh, there we go. Twinkle Toes has stayed in the ball. Is it any good, Twinkle Toes? It's a 1-star. Would help if I could spell it. Twinkle Toes. There we go. It is now called Twinkle Toes. And now there's loads of Voltorbs. We're struggling with that one shiny Hisuian, shiny Sneasel, should I say? Again, Hisuian Sneasel is another good Hisuian variant. Quite like the design of that one. Really like the shiny version of Hisuian Sneasel. And of course, it has a different evolution as well. Into the Sneasler compared to Weavile. Who's your favourite Pokemon? Well, if you've seen my profile picture on YouTube, you might have a guess. It's actually based on Gengar, my logo is. It's the outline of Gengar's head, with the teeth being the word Danzo Bean. So that is my most favourite Pokemon, Gengar. Absolutely love Gengar. And then I also really like Cranidos as well. Cranidos is a really nice looking Pokemon. Very, very nice shiny as well. Love the red shiny on Cranidos. And of course Rampardos. Very, very cool Pokemon. Very, very useful Pokemon as well in Pokemon Go. The best rock type in the game. Sort of beats every legendary as well in that respect. I think I'm right in saying Rampardos has one of the highest attack stats of all the Pokemon in Pokemon Go. So it is a very, very much a beast of a Pokemon. You can only imagine if that had a Mega as well. That would be absolutely insane. It would pretty much be like Mega Lucario, but on steroids. It would be that sort of attack stat. I'm just walking on a road because I'm just crossing over, and the road is unbelievably slippy, so it is going to be very, very dangerous to drive on. So hopefully people are being careful when we're driving around during this weather. It has actually stopped snowing at the moment, but still, it's not brilliant conditions. Hoping to get as many shiny Voltorb. There we go. She's first shiny of Spotlight Hour. In fact, the 6th shiny of the stream. Absolutely insane. This could arguably be my most shiny filled stream. Shiny Voltorb. Very, very nice shiny. The Hisuian one is. I think it probably beats the normal Kanto Voltorb, but let me know in the comments, what was your favourite shiny out of these two? Obviously the Kanto one goes to a blue colour, the Hisuian one goes to that black. I much prefer the Hisuian, but other people might favourite blue as a colour, so let me know in the comments below, what's your favourite out of these two? Let's make sure our buddy stays topped up with food. Well, we've had a shiny of one, can we get a shiny of the other? Shiny Kanto form, where are you? Really need to get better on the throws of these Voltorbs to make the most of this 4x catch XP. So the Spotlight Hour tonight was actually, obviously every Spotlight Hour, every Tuesday night, 6 PM till 7 PM. Different featured Pokemon. This time obviously we have Voltorb and Hisuian Voltorb. But also every Tuesday, as well as the featured Pokemon spawning, we normally get a featured bonus, and today's bonus was going to be 2x Catch Stardust. Now, because of the Fidough Fetch event, we aren't getting that bonus. It unfortunately doesn't stack. It would have been really, really nice to get 6x. But we are only getting the 4x from a Fidough instead of the 2x from what was scheduled during the Spotlight Hour. So there's no additional bonus. But still, 4x Catch XP and 4x Stardust should be enough to get anybody who wants that to be playing the game. And of course, tonight, 2 Pokemon featured, 2 of the same Pokemon, but different forms. And of course, that means 2 different chances to try and get a shiny. "666 Voltorb, the number of the devil, Lucifer himself." Can we catch Lucifer on an excellent throw? We can't. Damn you, Lucifer. Exactly. Fart Shart. That's an amazing name. Incredible. Thanks very much for your comment. Love him a name. Right, we'll spin the stops down here as far as we can reach. We won't walk any further down that way, although there's a few stops around that way. It does get very, very slippy underfoot down that way. It's a private road, so it doesn't get maintained. And with all the snow about, the last thing I want to be doing is falling flat on my face, or my arse, in fact, whilst during a live stream or at any time. So we won't go down there any further to avoid that scenario. Excellent throw on Snubble, and yet he still rejected me. How rude. Have that, Snubble. There he is. Now, we was sorting our buddy out before. We need to do a couple of battles with him. Really easy way to get your battle hearts with your buddy. Just go against the leader. Do the trainer battles as soon as he starts. So as soon as he counts down and says go, just back out. And then just go back in again and do it again. Do that 3 times and you'll get all 3 hearts for your battling with a buddy. My current buddy Pokemon is the evolved form of Corsola. So the Hisuian Corsola. I want to say it's a Hisuian version. And then I think it evolves into Corsola, something like that. Hisuian Corsola. Yeah, so Hisuian Corsola, obviously Corsola normally only has one form, the first version, and then obviously Shiny was released. It was pink, like a pink piece of coral. I'll show you on my Pokemon instead of trying to explain it. Not the best at trying to explain Pokemon. But yeah, so we have a pink Corsola, and then of course if you get it shiny you get the blue Corsola, and then the white Corsola was a Hisuian version, and this was available in an event probably around about a month ago now, where you could obtain it through eggs, and then 7k eggs I believe it was. I managed to hatch a few of those, one of them being in 98. Now, unlike the first Corsola, this Hisuian one you can evolve, so it does have an evolution type, and as you can see there, this is its evolution type. So Corsola, but with a U instead of an O. So it doesn't really change its name much, but that is the evolution of the Hisuian Corsola. So yeah. Yeah, it is a ghost type Pokemon. I think it's a ghost and... what did it say? Oh, just a ghost. Yeah, ghost type Pokemon. Whereas a normal Corsola isn't a ghost type. But yeah, it's quite a nice looking Pokemon. I've managed to... I didn't think it was very much a nice looking Pokemon when I first saw it. Yeah, this is what... yeah, exactly. Perhaps so. Perhaps that's what we've said. Scaring people into protecting the corals. Shiny Sotodle on this gym. Might have to kick it because it's a shiny Sotodle. Very, very nice shiny Sotodle. Just wipe the phone screen again. I do apologise. It has started snowing again here quite heavily. So if anything is worth a subscribe to the channel, it's doing a live video in the snow. Surely the efforts that I go to bring you live videos on the channel surely mustn't go unnoticed. Please hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. Let's kick this shiny Sotodle from the gym and turn this gym to red. We might in fact put our own shiny Sotodle in. Need powerful Pokemon for raid. So let's go Sotodle. Another Palkia. What level are you? Have you just started the game? Or not long since started the game, should I say? Eventually you'll be able to get more legendary Pokemon. Hopefully there's a community near you where you can meet up and do raid hours and stuff like that. Like I mentioned before, raid hour is tomorrow. It's Palkia raid hour. Now, Palkia, level 27, yeah. So hopefully you'll build up your levels in the weeks and months coming up. And hopefully, like I say, there's a community near you where you can be able to do these raids. Raid hour is a really, really good one to try and go to, because it virtually guarantees that there's going to be enough people there to be able to do a raid. And obviously Palkia raid hour tomorrow. Now, some people who've been playing the game tomorrow might think, oh, it's a normal form and not the origin form. Just bear in mind, the Palkia candy for the Spatial Rend doesn't matter if it's origin form or normal form. So even I'm going to be doing the raid hour, well, I'll be hosting it anyway, with me being a community ambassador. But I'll be hosting a raid hour and I'll be doing every raid thinking at least I can use this candy to do the Spatial Rend on my origin form Palkia. So just bear that in mind as well. If you were sort of thinking, oh, it's a normal one, I won't bother. You can use that candy for the Spatial Rend of a origin form. But yeah, hopefully you'll build up some legendary Pokemon in the weeks and months coming up. Level 27. Still relatively new to the game. So I'm sure you'll build up many more Pokemon in the weeks and months ahead. And hopefully if you stick around on the channel as well, I'd love to see your progress and have you in the comments in the future and see you leveling up. First Palkia is a shiny one. Huge congrats on that. Although shiny doesn't change too much, it is a really nice shiny to try and get hold of. Goes to a slightly sort of whitish pink. Yeah, definitely stick around. It'll be very interesting to see how you manage to get on. Don't know if you could see on the camera, it is snowing really, really bad now. Hopefully you can see that. If I do fall over, please somebody clip it. It's definitely something that I want to put on my channel if it does happen. Still managing to hit excellent throws on Voltorb, even though it is snowing and it's covering the phone screen as we speak. Well, thanks for that. The thought of me here getting absolutely freezing, snowed on, trying to do a live stream for the enjoyment of everybody who subscribed to the channel, and I'm now getting comments saying that people are in bed. I know where I'd much rather want to be right now. But yeah, thanks for that. But we're all getting loads of shinies. Shinies is something that we're all getting on the stream. There's probably a snowflake that's just landed on the camera lens. That's probably why the camera's gone a little bit blurry. I will wipe the screen in just a moment. Trying to hit an excellent throw on this Hisuian Voltorb. And it is not wanting to play ball, quite literally. There we go. A little bit better without that on the camera lens. Hands are getting very, very cold now. No gloves, no touchscreen gloves, unfortunately. So, unbelievably cold hands. Just watch a road, bro, yeah. I'm starting to wonder where the road starts and the pavement ends. I think I've got to be careful of the cars coming down on the road, I think, as well, more so than anything. Just in case they can't control where they're going. Yeah, don't fall. Yeah, famous last words. Famous last words, I'll end up flat on my arse. So we'll just stop a second and catch these Voltorbs around here. Try and excellent throw as many as we can. Terrible throw that time around. Loads of snow on the screen. It's not going to be doing my phone any good, this isn't. But it's my hands and I'm worrying about more so than anything. It is freezing. I did read earlier that run about it potentially could go down to -20 at some point this week. Here where I am. Not going to be fun. Yeah, so Voltorb is spawning currently because of Spotlight Hour. So every Tuesday between 6 PM and 7 PM, your local time, wherever you are, you will get a featured Pokemon spawning. Today is a featured Pokemon of Voltorb. So both Voltorb and Hisuian Voltorb are spawning in the wild. Normally, shiny increase on Spotlight Hour isn't a thing. It's normally full odds. But because of the current Fidough Fetch event, where Voltorb is shiny increased anyway, both forms of Voltorb are around about the 1 in 64 odds. So yeah, if you're in Delhi, India, obviously you're 5.5 hours ahead of us, I think. So 12 degrees, I would love to be there right now. Definitely not amongst where I currently am here in the UK. But yeah, I think you're 5.5 hours ahead of us. So your Spotlight Hour would have already been and gone. So unfortunately, you've missed the Voltorb one. But every Tuesday, keep an eye out for the Spotlight Hours because it's a really good time to be able to get those shinies. And because of so many spawning, and also to be able to get the candy as well. So some Pokemon that spawn on Spotlight Hours, some that get featured, are perhaps really good for raids, you know, their evolution. So for instance, if Machop had a Spotlight Hour, then because Machamp is really, really good as a fighting type, then you could eventually build up some Machamp teams by catching loads of Machops during Spotlight Hour. So that's just an example, for instance. So definitely worth noting which Spotlight Hours are up and coming. But here on my channel, we try and go live every Spotlight Hour. So 6 PM till 7 PM. In your local time is Spotlight Hour, but here we'll go live on the channel every week. 12 degrees is cold. I think it's probably around about -1 here, but feels about -3. Yeah, -20. I'm not going to enjoy it if it ever gets that cold. Hopefully it's only that cold when I'm in bed, not when I'm actually out and about trying to catch Pokemon. Snow has actually just gone in my shoe. That is a very, very cold foot right now. Melting snow in my shoe. Brilliant. But yeah, Voltorb Spotlight Hour. -3, also dead. Yeah, I feel it right now. My hands are very, very cold. So we've had one shiny Voltorb during the Spotlight Hour. That's the 6th shiny since we've gone live, which was about an hour ago now. So we're doing really, really good for shinies during this live stream. In fact, let's just have a quick recap at what shinies we have got so far during the live stream. Let's just check those out. We'll just check those out on our recently caught. So shinies, there you can see. We had Silly Willy, a shiny Weedle, which somebody in the comments named as Silly Willy, which is quite a funny nickname. We also had a shiny Hisuian Growlithe, another shiny Hisuian Growlithe, and then another one because 2 wasn't enough on the live stream. So we had 3 Hisuian Growlithes, nearly back to back to back. In fact, we didn't have many normal Hisuian Growlithes in between. Then we had Twinkle Toes, which was a normal Sneasel, which appeared off our daily intents. And then, of course, we had the Hisuian Voltorb at probably around about 10 minutes into the Spotlight Hour. So loads of shinies so far. Shiny Growlithe, very nice. Did you get the normal one or the Hisuian one? There's 2 different forms of Growlithe. Just like Voltorb, in fact. Hisuian and normal. So there's one with a very much like a beard. That's a Hisuian one. And then there's one that just looks a bit plain. Yeah, Hisuian one. Awesome. So the Hisuian Growlithe is 1 in 64 odds, so that is a shiny increase. And then the normal Growlithe is full odds, so that's 1 in 512 odds. So it's obviously much rarer to get the normal one shiny. Where it has been around now for many years, the normal shiny Growlithe. Ooh, Kecleon on that stop. So Kecleon, the chameleon Pokemon. This is a full odd shiny, so if this is shiny, this will be amazing. No, it isn't. Very nice Pokemon though, Kecleon. I really liked how they introduced it into the game, with it being invisible on certain Pokestops. And not on Pokestops for longer as well, so we're probably only on Pokestops for about half an hour. So if you do see one, you can tell your friends about it, but it won't be there after half an hour. Yeah, so unlike Nintendo Switch games and stuff like that, yeah, so unlike Nintendo Switch games where the Pokemon appears wild in the shiny wild, and then you can run up to it and then catch it, on this game you have to encounter him and only then do you know if it's shiny or not. Which, to be honest, I quite prefer, to be honest, not knowing if it's shiny, because it sort of makes the excitement of seeing a shiny actually come up on the screen a little bit more, I think, instead of it just already being shiny and you just have to click on it and catch it. Still not had a normal shiny Voltorb, the Kanto version. The Hisuian version seems to be our only one. But we have still got 32 minutes of a Spotlight Hour left, and of course the normal Voltorb as well is spawning anyway in the wild during the Fidough Fetch event, so that will continue spawning. It just won't spawn as often. Spotlight Hour, obviously these Pokemon spawns take over, replace everything that's already spawning, and it's solely just these featured Pokemon. We do get the odd spawn of other things as well, but it's very rare. These featured Pokemon on the Spotlight Hour completely take over. And then we also have increased spawn points as well, so you will see more spawns being added in an area that you would normally expect during Spotlight Hours. Very similar to Community Days, you do that on Community Days as well. We increase how many Pokemon spawn in area. We'll catch all these Voltorbs around here before making a move. Hopefully getting most of these on excellent throws, which is decent. So you should be able to see in the top left-hand corner, it's 6:30 here, and the spotlight hour finishes at 7. So we've got half an hour left of the spotlight hour, and then we'll be on live stream for a little bit longer than that. About 15 minutes after spotlight hour is finished. And that is when our lucky egg runs out. So we'll make the most of our lucky egg before conceding defeat to the cold. Well, we will have a check in a moment as well and see how we're getting on with as part of the Fidough Fetch event and those nice throws as a global challenge. We're on 1,131, so that's decent going. Like I mentioned before, it's not, although it just says nice throws, it does count anything better than a nice throw, so great throws and excellent throws. They also get counted to that total. Nice excellent throw there again. Snubble again, appearing in the wild. Trying to get in on the spotlight hour spawns. Messed up on the excellent throw that time. So we will change this buddy out. We'll go to our next buddy. And what are we working on next? I've just been hit in the face by a tree branch. That is very, very nice. What is our next best buddy we're working on? There we go, Skrelp. Yeah, so excellent throws. It's sort of all muscle memory. The more you see the Pokemon, the more you'll remember how hard you need to throw it. So it's very much muscle memory. Once you play the game for a number of years like I have, you sort of get used to it. Of course, when we bring out new Pokemon, then you have to sort of get used to them as well. And Spotlight Hours, Community Days, when it's the same Pokemon featured for a number of time, you do sort of get used to them. The first 10 minutes or so might just be a case of trying to judge the distance and trying to get your range right. And then after that, you do start hitting the excellent throws more frequently. So those are the sort of events where you do learn. And like I say, you do get that muscle memory a lot quicker. But in other times, you'll just get to learn from time to time where you need to throw for an excellent throw. Cutie-fly moving about, that doesn't help. Well, the fact I'm doing excellent throws is because of the 4 times catch XP that's on offer during the Fidough Fetch event. And that ends tonight, or / tomorrow, sorry, tomorrow morning at 6 AM, but I don't think I'll be playing much before 6 o'clock in the morning. So effectively it finishes tonight for me. And as you can see, the reason why we're doing it, 8,960. Now, another thing we can do as well to get a little bit more is to Mega Evolve something. So if you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, you do get more candies as well as getting more XP. So if we Mega Evolve something that's good for Electric, so something of the same typing, we will get that boost. So let's go for a Mega main Electric. And again, you'll get bonuses because of that. So you can see there on the side, Mega main Electric added, and if you click on it, you can see what it gives you bonus-wise. While main Electric is Mega Evolved, you'll earn extra candy, extra XP, and have an increased chance of receiving Candy XL when you catch any electric type. Brilliant for a Spotlight Hour, which includes Voltorb. And just so you can see how much additional XP we earn, let's hit another excellent throw. So we had 8,980 XP on the last excellent throw we did. Let's just have a quick look now. We get 9,460, so an increase of 500 XP per throw, which is really, really good going. Perhaps should have done that right early on, but we've only just remembered, so at least we've remembered and not completely forgot. It's better to have half the event with it on than none at all. Now it's just down to the task of trying to hit these great throws, or these excellent throws, should I say. Great that time. Excellent, there we go. That's what we want to see more of. Terrible throw that time round on that Voltorb. You can leave after any throw. It's called a quick throw technique, and I will actually be doing a video on my channel in the next couple of days about how you can do these stuff. So I'll be doing a few sort of how-to guides of different tips and tricks that I've managed to find along the way through playing these years. So quick throw will be one of them, so make sure to keep an eye out on my channel for that video going up, and I'll explain how you can do this quick throwing technique, and therefore you can catch loads of Pokemon really quickly. Yeah, so it'll be coming up in the next couple of days on the channel, probably a weekend. I'll try and put something up along those lines. And there's going to be a few other things that I can add to it as well, some more videos. But I'll probably have a section on the channel, like a how-to section with some tips and tricks. So yeah, make sure to keep an eye out for that. Tiny Voltorb. So the Dialga logo on the right hand side, that's the Origin Form Dialga. Now the Origin Form Dialga and the Origin Form Palkia, as well as some other Pokemon, have some sort of adventure bonuses. So Shiny Voltorb, let's just catch this. Normal Kanto Shiny Voltorb, we've got one of each now. So yeah, the Origin Form Dialga, when you use its adventure bonus, which if I go onto Dialga, you'll be able to see on it. So Dialga, click on it, and you can see down here, Roar of Time Adventure Effect. So when you use Roar of Time, which costs 5,000 Stardust and 5 Dialga Candy for every 6 minutes you have it on, when you use it, it will extend any items for a range of time. So you'll see all the items I've currently got on, they have been paused. You can see a little pause button next to them. So none of those are actually starting to count down because that Dialga has paused them. So effectively you get more time with those items being on. So that's Dialga's adventure effect. Palkia's Origin Form Palkia, that has a different adventure effect. Now, with my character here, so yeah, it's a really good ability. The Palkia one is called Spatial Rend, and what Spatial Rend does is it's really, really good on certain events where you want a shiny Pokemon, really good on some spotlight hours, for example. And when your avatar is stood there, you could see there 2 different rings appearing from your avatar. So here's the first ring, it stops, and then the second ring is further out. The first ring is the spawn circle. So that is the circle that Pokemon will spawn within. And then the second circle is the interaction circle. So that is a circle where you can interact with stops, gyms, and stuff like that. Max battle, power spots, and one thing or another. Now, what the Spatial Rend does is it allows the spawn circle, so the Pokemon spawning, to spawn into the interaction circle. So you get more wider range of spawns, meaning that more spawns appear around you, and you can see things that are probably further away that others can't see. So that is what Spatial Rend does. Again, really, really useful, but you'll find certain stages that you want the extended items, so you'll want the Dialga effect, and then certain occasions you want to see more spawns, perhaps get the shiny. If it's a shiny that you really want in an event, you want to see if it's further out, then you can use the Spatial Rend and be able to claim those spawns that are spawning further out that you can't otherwise see. So both are really, really useful. I use both of them quite a lot of the time in different events, but you'll get used to those as you're playing the game. But definitely worth reading up about them, and then you can sort of plan ahead and work out what sort of events are going to be best to use those adventure effects on. Now, although it's stopped snowing, the road is quite covered still. We are messing these throws up. Let's try and get back to these excellent throws. Great throw that time. Voltorb is just jumping at the wrong moment. Yeah, it's definitely worth reading up about, and then you can work out for yourself when's the best time to use them. But first of all, you need to try and get a Dialga or a Palkia, origin form that is, with those movesets. So if the Dialga that you catch, the origin form Dialga that you catch, when it comes around on raids, it normally has a chance to have Roar of Time as a charge move. And it's only if you get one with Roar of Time that you can use that adventure effect. The same goes for Palkia. When it comes around onto raids, the origin form Palkia, so not the Palkia that we've currently got, you have to wait until you get the origin form. Then, only then, when you try and catch one off a raid, it has a chance normally of having the special move. And if it does have a special move, then you can use its adventure effect. If it doesn't, then unfortunately you haven't got access to that adventure effect. You have to try and get one with a move, or find somebody who has got a spare one and obtain it through them off a trade. Now I have got a quest to follow a route, and being that we'll be going back the same way we've just come, we will go ahead and do that. Let's just try and see if we can spin this stop. There we go. And we'll catch these Voltorbs here, and then we'll start the route again. So follow a route currently during the Fidough Fetch event is probably the only way to get a guaranteed Fidough from a research task. Now obviously research tasks, really good to try and hundo hunt, because they are a minimum of a 10-10-10 on the IVs. Hi Eternal, welcome back. So research tasks are really, really good for trying to get the hundo. Minimum of 10-10-10 on the IVs, meaning that you've got a 1 in 296 chance of getting a hundo off a task. which still seems very, very difficult and very high odds, but surprisingly a lot lower than trying to find a random hundo in the wild, of course, so a lot better odds. So we'll definitely try and do a Fidough task where we can. It remains to be seen how easy the Fidough will be to encounter after this event. It might just disappear and we might not see it as accessible as it currently is for quite some time. So trying to make the most of it and try and do a follow a route task where we can. So 2 follower routes in. That Voltorb not catching, although it could have done because it was a route 1. And the route 1s stay there, although you have quick caught them. Something again I'll be explaining in the how-to video about. So yeah, there's going to be loads of videos coming up in the days, weeks, months ahead on the channel. Big progression in 2024 on the channel. Went over 1,000 subscribers, which is a massive milestone. And we want to try and keep adding to that. And the only way we're going to add to that is by doing more content for you guys. You guys sharing the channel around and trying to get more and more people in and subscribing. More subscribers and more content and so on and so forth. So big shout out to everybody who's hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, please do. I'm literally freezing my arse off tonight. So if ever I've worthy of a subscribe, then please hit that subscribe button tonight. Now we've had, in case you were wondering, Eternal, I know you've just recently returned to a chat, and anybody else who has gone missing and then come back, we've had quite a lot of shiny luck tonight. So far during Spotlight Hour, we've had 1 of each Voltorb. We've had a Hisuian Voltorb about 10 minutes in. Obviously, really goes to that really nice black colour. And then we've had a normal shiny about 10 minutes ago. So, yeah, you can see shiny Voltorb, obviously Twinkle Toes, the shiny Sneasel, shiny Growlithe, shiny Growlithe, shiny Growlithe, and the Silly Willy shiny Weedle. So them are all the shinies that we've caught so far on the stream alone. So really good stream tonight for shinies. But again, which one is your favourite shiny Voltorb of both of these? Both of them are obviously red when they're not shiny, but when they are shiny, the Kanto version, this version goes to blue, which you've just seen, and then the other one goes to black. So let me know what you prefer in the comments below. Do you prefer the Hisuian shiny or the Kanto shiny? So 10 minutes left of the Spotlight Hour, and then we'll go back to the Fidough Fetch spawns. The Kanto one. Yeah, the Kanto one's nice, especially if blue's one of your favourite colours. It's a nice shiny. I'd probably prefer the Hisuian one, but that's probably because I've seen enough of a Kanto one. I like to have something a little bit different. But yeah, both are incredibly nice shinies. But yeah, I probably just prefer the black one, the Hisuian one, ahead of the blue one, personally. But I can see why everybody would like the blue one as well. Trying to get as many excellent throws as we can, even if we take a little bit of time on doing these throws. Get the most of this lucky egg. Now the Dialga effect has finished. You can see, yeah, Black Charizard is amazing. It's really, really good. It's very, very OG. One of obviously the most prolific shinies on the game. I would say one of the most wanted shinies and the most liked shinies on the game would be Shiny Charizard, especially with having its Mega version as well, and obviously having Mega X and Y. And there was rumours that the new game that's coming out on the Switch later on in the year, there was rumours that it was going to get a Z version. It was going to have a third Mega Evolution. Now that would be very, very interesting indeed to see if that does happen. But yeah, really, really nice shiny Black Charizard. Yeah, Rayquaza too is absolutely incredible shiny. And Mega Rayquaza shiny looks even better. That's where it comes a little bit disheartening when Gengar is your favourite Pokemon. Gengar shiny does not change much at all. But its Mega version does really, and its Gigantamax version when it becomes white as well, on both its Mega and Gigantamax, really does make up for it. It is a very, very nice shiny when it's Gigantamax. Yeah, there is rumours of a Z version of Charizard on the new Nintendo Switch, but obviously it's only rumours. There's a lot of rumours going around about it at the moment, and about the whole game in general. Obviously we don't know the starter Pokemon, what are going to be featured. We know it's going to be a mixture of loads of other Pokemon, so loads of other starters, very much similar to how other games that have been recently released on the Switch have been. It's a mixture made up of different starters from different regions. This one will be no different, but this, yeah, Mega Gengar is amazing. But this version of the game, this Nintendo Switch game, is going to be all about the Mega Evolutions being brought back. So when we first did Mega Evolutions, we did it for a couple of generations, and then it was rumoured that that was it. They were never going to do Megas again. The Megas that have currently been released are going to be the only Mega Pokemon ever. And then this brand new Switch game is going to change that, and it's going to bring out new Megas. There's going to be Yveltal and Xerneas are going to be the featured legendaries. Also rumoured to have Mega Pokemon, Mega versions. So we could end up with Mega Yveltal and Mega Xerneas. Really, really exciting if that happens. So the new Switch game is ZA, Pokemon ZA, Legend ZA. Hey Emma, thanks so much for joining. So yeah, Pokemon Legend ZA comes out later in 2025. I can actually now say this year instead of keep saying next year when I was talking about it a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what sort of Mega Pokemon get released as part of that game. But hopefully in the next few months ahead, we'll get more accurate information about it and more news about it. But we have been keeping it under wraps this time round. I think by this point, during the Scarlet and Violet, we had quite a lot of leaks and different news being leaked out. So we sort of knew what to expect when the game got released. This time round with this Legend ZA, it seems very much so that they're keeping all their cards close to their chest. And we are yet to know even the starter Pokemon which are going to get featured. So really, really exciting news, I'm sure, coming up in the next few months. So 5 minutes left of the Spotlight Hour. Trying to get as many excellent throws as we can, get as much XP as we can. If you only just joined us, loads of shinies on the stream tonight. Can't even count on one hand how many shinies we've had. We've had 7 shinies, I believe. That's probably how many fingers are going to fall off my hands by the end of the stream, with how cold it is. Zygarde, and we can get to the end of this route. Another Fidough for task. So we've got quite a bit of snow on the paths. The road was covered just a moment ago, but the road, nothing's been going down the road, no grit or anything like that. We've had just cars mainly clearing it. But this is a main road, and this was covered a while, well, probably about 20 minutes ago it was covered, so it's finally let up the snow as it's finally stopped. Yeah, so excellent throws normally give you 1000 XP if you catch a Pokemon in an excellent throw. Unfortunately, if it doesn't catch, then you don't get any XP. You have to try and re-hit it and re-catch it. But when it's caught on an excellent throw, you get 1000 XP normally. This current event that we're in, you have to times that by 4, so 4000 XP per excellent throw. If you have a lucky egg on, which I have currently, then you double that again. So you actually end up getting 8000 XP per excellent throw, which is an obscene amount. But if you do a great throw, I think you get 400 XP for a great throw, 200 for a nice, and 100 for anything that's normal. So yeah, really, really big difference from an excellent throw to a great throw, and obviously anything under that, huge, huge difference. So that's why I'm so invested on trying to get the excellent throws on these Voltorbs and make the most of this lucky egg, which has got 16 minutes left on it. So I might be able to show you here. So great throw. Trying to catch this Voltorb on a great throw. There you go. So just as comparison, great throw, Voltorb 2260 XP. We'll get another Voltorb and try and do an excellent throw this time round. There we go. Unfortunately, doesn't stay in. Let's try a Ultra Ball. No, no excellent throw on that one. Let's try another one. Jumping at the wrong time. You're not helping my lesson, Voltorb. Again, jumping at the wrong time. Let's try this one again. Again, a great throw. We will get an excellent throw at some point. But yeah, 2290 XP for a great throw. And that's only during this current Fidough Fetch event. Normally that would be substantially lower. It looks like it's going to be quite some time until we manage to do an excellent throw as well, to try and show you the difference. Thanks, Voltorb. Thanks for that. We will get an excellent throw and then I can show you the difference. We're only a minute left of the spotlight hour and it will all change back to the dogs. No, they aren't playing fair at all. Not playing fair at all. I much prefer Pokeballs instead of these Voltorbs, the ones that look like Pokeballs. So you can see all the spawns have changed. There you go, excellent throw. Hopefully this stays in. So there you go. We had 2290 XP on a great throw during the Fidough Fetch event. So that's with Lucky Egg, with the 4 times XP bonus. Now we've got 9,360, so it's a ridiculous amount. It's more than 4 times, well, it's nearly 4 times more than it. So absolutely crazy amount of change. And that is why I'm taking my time and trying to hit these excellent throws, even though I can barely move my fingers right now. So that is why we are taking our time and trying to hit these excellent throws. There's one there and a Fidough. So as we always do at the end of live streams, we will give an update on, we'll do like a bit of a review at the end with how we've managed to get on shiny wise during the stream, and also XP wise as well. We did take that screenshot right at the start, so we have got that to compare with. So we'll be able to see how much XP we've earned in the hour and 45 minutes, I want to say, that we've gone live for. So once this Lucky Egg has run out, the 12 minutes on this Lucky Egg, we will be doing that review and ending the stream. So you've still got another 12 minutes to get comments in down below. Any questions you've got during the Fidough Fetch event or anything about Pokemon Go, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any future questions as well at any later stage, you can always leave comments on any of the videos on my channel, and please make sure to go check those out after this live stream, when hopefully I am snuggled up at home with a warm drink. Still managing to hit a few excellent throws though, even with very, very cold hands. So what is our progress currently on this challenge? 1,202 nice throws. Machop not wanted to save the ball on an excellent throw, but probably will for that. Yes, it has. That's slightly annoying. $9,000. Signal. So finish the stream a little bit early because of the weather is causing somebody in the another Hisuian growl. So I think the weather has actually beaten us a bit here. The live stream is playing up, the game has now crashed. Hopefully we can log back in. On the live stream, we are unfortunately going to have to 7 shinies in comment. And then we started the event on, or we started 552 million. 2.6 million XP in really, really good going. Again, unfortunately, I've had